Does your knee feel like it's locking up the moment you stand up, like a rusty hinge that hasn't been oiled in years? You're not alone, and more importantly, you're not broken. What if I told you that the sharp ache you feel climbing stairs, or that dull throb after sitting too long, isn't a life sentence? For thousands of seniors across America, relief didn't come from a pill, a shot, or a surgeon's knife. It came from understanding one simple truth about how your knee actually works after 60. And today, I'm going to share that truth with you, along with the exact steps you can start using this very afternoon to feel a noticeable difference before the sun goes down. No complicated equipment, no exhausting routines, just gentle, smart movements that work with your body, not against it. Most advice out there treats knee pain like it's just about wear and tear, like your joints are slowly grinding down like old car parts. So, they tell you to rest, to ice it, to pop an anti-inflammatory, and to just accept that this is part of getting older. But here's the hard truth. That approach often makes things worse over time. When you rest too much, the muscles around your knee get weaker. When you only ice, you reduce swelling temporarily, but don't address why the swelling started. And those pills? They might mute the signal, but they don't fix the source. Your knee isn't just a passive hinge that wears out, it's a dynamic system, a brilliant piece of biological engineering that thrives on the right kind of motion, the right kind of support. Think of it less like a rusty door and more like a garden hose. If the hose is kinked, water pressure builds up, causing pain and swelling. The solution isn't to ignore the kink or just turn down the water. It's to gently straighten the hose so flow can return. That's what we're doing today. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 68, lives in Ohio, and loves tending to his vegetable garden. Last spring, he could barely kneel to pull a weed without a sharp sting shooting through his right knee. He tried the usual advice: rest for a few days, ice packs, over-the-counter pain relievers. The pain would ease a little, but as soon as he got back to his tomatoes, it returned, sometimes worse. He started worrying he'd have to give up his garden, his favorite thing. Then he learned about the real culprit. It wasn't his knee cartilage wearing out overnight. It was a subtle imbalance. The muscles on the front of his thigh had gotten tight from years of sitting, while the muscles on the back and side had grown a bit sleepy, not firing when they should. This imbalance was pulling his kneecap slightly off its ideal track, like a train wheel riding just a hair too close to the edge of the rail. Every step created a tiny bit of friction, a tiny bit of irritation, adding up to that familiar ache. The fix wasn't drastic. It was about waking up the right muscles and giving the joint a little help finding its smooth, natural glide again. If you've ever felt that specific pinch on the inside of your knee when you twist slightly, or that stiffness that eases after you've walked around for a few minutes, I want you to know something. That's your body sending a signal, not a sentence. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed that your knee feels tighter in the morning or after sitting through a long movie? Tell me in the comments below what that feels like for you. I read every single one, and your stories help others feel less alone in this. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the simple, actionable steps you can start today. This isn't about pushing through pain, it's about working with intelligence and kindness toward your own body. Here is your one-day knee relief protocol. Do these 3 things in order and pay close attention to the timing. First, before you even get out of bed in the morning or before you start your day if you're already up, spend 2 minutes on what I call the seated knee glide. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly, gently, slide 1 foot forward just a few inches, letting your knee straighten only as far as feels completely comfortable. No forcing, no stretching into pain. Then, just as slowly, slide it back. Imagine you're oiling that hinge from the inside, creating a smooth, fluid motion. Do this 10 times for each leg. This simple movement does something powerful. It encourages your knee joint to produce its own natural lubricant, synovial fluid. Think of this fluid like the oil in a classic car engine. When the engine is cold and hasn't been run, the oil settles. A gentle startup circulates it, reducing friction immediately. Your knee works the same way. This glide isn't exercise. It's an invitation for your body to self-lubricate. Second, right after your knee glides, we're going to wake up a sleepy but crucial muscle. Your vastus medialis, the teardrop-shaped muscle on the inner part of your thigh, just above your knee. This muscle is a key stabilizer for your kneecap. When it's not firing properly, your kneecap can track slightly off-center, causing that grinding or pinching feeling. To activate it, stay seated. Place a small, soft towel roll under the knee of the leg that hurts. Now, gently press the back of your knee down into the towel, as if you're trying to flatten it slightly. You should feel a subtle engagement, a gentle tightening in that inner thigh muscle, not in your calf or your hamstring. Hold that gentle press for 5 seconds, then completely relax. Do this 8 times for the painful knee. This isn't about building big muscles. It's about sending a clear signal to your nervous system. Hey, this muscle needs to be part of the team when I stand and walk. It's like reminding a forgetful friend of their role in a group project. Once they remember, everything runs smoother. Third, and this is the timing trick that makes the difference between a good exercise and a great result. Within 30 minutes of doing those first 2 steps, take a very short, very mindful walk, just 5 minutes. But here's the key. As you walk, focus on landing softly with your heel and rolling smoothly through to your toes. Imagine you're walking on a floor covered in delicate eggshells. You want to be gentle, deliberate. This mindful walk, done after you've lubricated the joint and activated the stabilizer, helps your brain integrate the new, improved movement pattern. It's like practicing a new, smoother way of moving while the joint is feeling its best. This combination, glide, activate, then integrate with mindful motion, is what creates that potential for noticeable relief within hours. You're not just treating a symptom, you're guiding your entire system toward a better way of functioning. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This seems too simple. Can a few gentle movements really make a difference in one day? Let's talk about why it can. Knee pain after 60 is often less about catastrophic damage and more about a communication breakdown. Your muscles, your joints, your nervous system, they're all in constant conversation. Sometimes, after years of minor imbalances, that conversation gets a little fuzzy. The pain is like a loud alarm bell going off because the system doesn't know how to correct itself anymore. What we just did was send a clear, calm, corrective message. The glide restores fluid dynamics. The activation re-engages a key stabilizer. The mindful walk reinforces the new pattern. It's not magic, it's physiology. And when you work with your body's innate wisdom, changes can happen surprisingly fast. Many people report feeling a sense of ease, a reduction in that sharp catching sensation after just one session. The goal isn't to be pain-free forever after one day. That's not realistic. The goal is to break the cycle of pain and stiffness, to give your knee a chance to remember how to move without complaint. Let's go a little deeper on that first step, the seated knee glide, because doing it with the right intention matters. Don't rush through it. As you slide your foot forward, take a slow breath in. As you slide it back, breathe out. This connects your breath to the movement, which helps calm your nervous system. Pain often puts our bodies in a subtle state of guard, of tension. Conscious breathing tells your system it's safe to relax, to let go of that protective guarding. When the muscles around your knee aren't clenched in anticipation of pain, they can move more freely, and the joint itself has more space to find its happy place. It's a small detail, but it transforms a mechanical motion into a holistic reset. Try it right now, even as you're listening. Sit up straight, feet flat, and just do one slow, mindful glide. Notice how it feels. That's your body responding in real time. For the vastus medialis activation, the towel roll is important. It gives your knee a gentle target to press into, providing feedback so you know you're doing it right. If you don't have a towel, a firm pillow, or even a rolled-up sock can work. The key is the quality of the contraction, not the force. You're not trying to crush the towel. You're trying to feel that specific inner thigh muscle whisper, "I'm here." If you're unsure, place your hand on that inner thigh area as you do the press. You should feel a subtle firming under your fingers. If you feel your calf muscle tightening instead, you're probably pushing too hard or with the wrong angle. Ease up. This is about precision, not power. It's like tuning a delicate instrument. A tiny adjustment can make a world of difference in the harmony of your movement. Now, about that mindful walk. 5 minutes is plenty. You can do it inside your home, down the hallway, or around your living room. The surface doesn't matter as much as your attention. As you walk, bring your awareness to the sensation of your foot meeting the floor. Heel, then arch, then toes. Roll through it like a gentle wave. If your mind wanders to your to-do list, Gently bring it back to the feeling of your steps. This isn't just exercise, it's neuromuscular re-education. You're teaching your brain and your body to move together in a new, kinder way. After years of possibly walking with a slight limp or favoring one side, this conscious practice helps reset the pattern. It's like reprogramming a GPS that's been taking you down a bumpy road. You're inputting the coordinates for a smoother route. I want to share another quick story. Eleanor, 71 from Arizona, had been dealing with knee stiffness that made her dread her morning walks with her terrier Buddy. She tried the protocol we just discussed. She did the glides in bed before getting up, activated her inner thigh muscle while having her morning tea, and then took Buddy on a short, mindful stroll around her patio. She told me later that afternoon she noticed something. When she went to get up from her afternoon chair, that familiar catch wasn't there. It wasn't gone forever, but it was noticeably softer, less sharp. She said it felt like her knee had remembered how to be a knee. That's the power of working with your body's design. It's not about forcing change. It's about facilitating what your body already knows how to do when given the right cues. If you have arthritis in your knee, this protocol is especially relevant. Arthritis isn't just about bone-on-bone grinding. Inflammation and stiffness play huge roles. The gentle glide helps circulate synovial fluid, which nourishes the cartilage and carries away inflammatory byproducts. The muscle activation provides better support, reducing uneven pressure on the joint surfaces. And the mindful walk keeps the joint moving without jarring it. This approach complements any medical treatment you're under. It's not a replacement for your doctor's advice, but a powerful partner to it. Always listen to your body. If any movement causes sharp shooting pain, stop. We're aiming for gentle engagement, not discomfort. The goal is to feel better, not to prove how tough you are. Let's talk about what to avoid while you're starting this. Don't jump into deep squats or lunges right away. Don't try to walk off significant pain with a long, brisk hike. And please, don't ignore the signal your knee is sending by just taking more pain medication and pushing through. That's like turning up the radio to drown out a check engine light. The light is there for a reason. Our protocol is about addressing the reason, not silencing the alarm. Also, avoid sitting for long periods without moving. If you're watching a favorite show, do your seated knee glides during the commercials. Set a gentle reminder on your phone to stand up and do a few ankle circles every 30 minutes. Movement is medicine, but it has to be the right kind of movement, at the right time, with the right intention. Now, I want to circle back to that engagement question I asked earlier. If you haven't already, I'd truly love to hear about your experience with knee stiffness. Is it worse at a particular time of day? Does it affect one activity more than others? Sharing in the comments doesn't just help me. It creates a community where we can all learn from each other's journeys. Your insight might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today. And remember, I read every single comment. This isn't a one-way broadcast, it's a conversation. As we move forward, keep in mind that consistency is your greatest ally. Doing this protocol once might bring relief for a day. Doing it daily for a week can start to create lasting change. Your body learns through repetition. It's like learning a new dance step. At first, it feels awkward, conscious, but with gentle daily practice, it becomes natural, effortless. That's the path we're on. We're not looking for a quick fix that fades. We're building a foundation for sustainable comfort and mobility. And the beautiful part is these steps take less than 10 minutes total. They fit into your life. They don't require a gym membership or special equipment. Just you, a chair, a towel, and a few minutes of focused attention. Before we go any further, I want to emphasize safety. If your knee pain is severe, if it's accompanied by significant swelling, redness, or warmth, or if you've had a recent fall or injury, please consult your healthcare provider before starting any new movement routine. This protocol is designed for common age-related knee stiffness and mild to moderate discomfort. It's not a substitute for professional medical diagnosis or treatment. Your health and safety are paramount. Always honor what your body is telling you. Now let's add a little nuance to the mindful walk. If walking itself is painful, start even smaller. Just stand holding onto a sturdy counter or chair. Shift your weight gently from one foot to the other, feeling the subtle engagement in your legs. Then try taking just 2 or 3 slow, mindful steps. That's enough. The principle is the same. Integrate the improved joint feeling with gentle, conscious movement. Progress, not perfection. Every tiny step counts. Your body notices. Your nervous system registers the success. And that builds confidence, which is half the battle when dealing with chronic pain. Confidence that you can move without fear, that you have tools to help yourself. Think about the last time you felt truly comfortable in your own body, moving without a second thought. Maybe it was walking through a museum, or playing with a grandchild, or simply getting up from the dinner table without a wince. That feeling is not a memory locked away forever. It's a possibility that exists right now, waiting for you to reconnect with it. This protocol is a bridge back to that feeling. It's practical, it's gentle, and it's rooted in how your body actually works. You deserve to move with ease. You deserve to enjoy your days without that constant background noise of knee pain. And the journey starts with a single gentle glide. The real proof, though, isn't just in the science or the stories I share. It's in the quiet moments you'll start to notice in your own life. Maybe it's the way you stand up from your favorite armchair without that little gasp you've gotten used to. Maybe it's walking to the mailbox and realizing you didn't think about your knee once during the trip. These small victories are your body's way of saying thank you. They're the evidence that you're on the right path. And they build on each other day by day, creating a momentum of comfort that can truly change your daily experience. Let me tell you about James. James is 74, a retired postal worker from Georgia. His knee pain was different from Robert's. For James, it was a persistent ache on the outside of his knee, especially after he'd been on his feet at his woodworking bench. He'd tried braces, special insoles, even a series of expensive creams. Nothing seemed to stick. When he started the protocol we discussed, he was skeptical. But he committed to the gentle glide, the inner thigh activation, and the mindful walk for 7 days straight. On day 5, his daughter visited and noticed he was moving differently. "Dad, you're not holding your knee when you walk anymore," she said. That observation meant more to him than any pain scale. It was real-world proof that his body was relearning balance. Why does this work so well for so many different people? Let's pull back the curtain just a little further, in plain language. Your knee is a master of compromise. It has to be stable enough to hold your weight, yet flexible enough to bend and twist. To do this, it relies on a delicate dance between bones, cartilage, ligaments, and muscles. After 60, the choreography can get a little out of sync. The cartilage might be a bit thinner, like a well-loved cushion that's lost some of its loft. The ligaments might be a touch less springy. But here's the hopeful part. Your muscles and your nervous system are incredibly adaptable at any age. They can learn new patterns. They can provide support where the passive structures need a little help. The protocol we practiced isn't about rebuilding cartilage overnight. It's about optimizing the support system around the joint. When the muscles fire in the right sequence, they share the load more evenly. This reduces pinpoint pressure on sensitive areas. It's like having a team of strong, attentive friends help you carry a heavy sofa instead of trying to lug it alone. The sofa is the same, but the experience of moving it is completely different. Now, what if your pain is on the outside of the knee, like James's? The principle remains identical, but we make one tiny adjustment to the activation step. Instead of focusing solely on the inner thigh muscle, we'll also gently wake up the muscle on the outer hip, called the gluteus medius. This muscle helps control the alignment of your entire leg when you walk. To activate it, sit in your chair again. Place a light resistance band around your thighs, just above your knees if you have one. If not, no problem. Just imagine there's a gentle pressure pushing your knees outward. Now slowly press your knees outward against that imaginary resistance. Just a small movement. You should feel a subtle engagement in the side of your hip, not your lower back. Hold for 3 seconds, then release. Do this 6 times. This simple addition helps ensure your knee isn't being pulled out of alignment from above. It's about creating harmony from hip to ankle. Your knee is often the middleman in a conversation between your hip and your foot. When everyone's listening and cooperating, the message gets through clearly, without pain. If both knees are giving you trouble, that's completely common. The protocol works beautifully for bilateral discomfort. Simply perform each step for both legs one at a time. Take your time. This isn't a race. In fact, working on both sides can help your brain recognize symmetry, which is foundational for balanced movement. Think of it like tuning a piano. You don't just tune one string and hope the rest follow. You attend to each note, creating harmony across the entire instrument. Your body is your instrument. Gentle, consistent care for both knees helps you move through the world with more grace and less compensatory strain. and that reduces the risk of developing new aches in your hips or back down the line. It's preventative care, wrapped in relief. I want to address a question I hear often. How long before I see lasting results? The beauty of this approach is that you can feel a shift quickly, sometimes within hours, as we discussed. But lasting change, the kind that rewires your movement patterns for the long term, typically unfolds over 2 to 4 weeks of consistent practice. Your nervous system needs repetition to cement a new habit. It's like learning the words to a new song. At first, you have to concentrate on every line, but after singing it daily, it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it anymore. That's our goal, for comfortable, supported movement to become your new normal, so you can focus on living, not on managing pain. Consistency is your superpower here. 5 minutes a day, done with intention, is far more powerful than an hour of aggressive exercise once a week that leaves you sore and discouraged. Let's talk about the role of inflammation, because it's a key player in knee discomfort after 60. Inflammation isn't inherently bad. It's your body's natural response to irritation or injury, a signal that healing is needed, but sometimes that signal gets stuck in the on position, creating a low-grade, persistent ache. The gentle motion of the knee glide helps here in a profound way. Synovial fluid, that natural joint lubricant we talked about, isn't just oil, it's also a delivery system. It carries nutrients to the cartilage and helps remove inflammatory waste products. When you move your joint gently and regularly, you're essentially pumping that fluid, promoting a healthier internal environment. It's like opening the windows in a stuffy room to let fresh air circulate. You're not fighting the inflammation with force. You're creating conditions where your body can resolve it more efficiently. This is why movement, done wisely, is so often the best medicine. Another layer to consider is the mind-body connection, which is especially powerful for seniors. Chronic pain can create a feedback loop. Pain causes fear of movement, which leads to less movement, which leads to more stiffness and more pain. Breaking that loop is crucial. The mindful component of our protocol, the conscious breathing, the focused attention on gentle motion, sends a powerful signal to your brain. This movement is safe. This movement is good. Over time, this can help dial down the nervous system's sensitivity to pain signals. It's not about ignoring pain. It's about teaching your body to distinguish between harmful pain and the harmless sensations of movement and stretching. This re-education is a gift you give yourself, one gentle repetition at a time. If you'd like a little extra support as you begin this journey, I've put together a free, printable one-page guide that summarizes today's protocol with simple illustrations. It's designed to be kept by your chair or on your fridge as a quick reminder. You can get it by joining my email list. There's no spam, just occasional helpful tips and updates for seniors who want to thrive in their health. The link is in the description below. Consider it a small gift to help you stay consistent. Now let's look ahead. Once your knee is feeling more stable and comfortable, the next frontier is often the hip. Because your hip and knee are such close partners in movement, a strong, stable hip is one of the best things you can do for long-term knee health. In our next conversation, we'll explore 2 incredibly simple, seated exercises that awaken your hip stabilizers. They take less than 3 minutes, and they can make a world of difference in how you walk, stand, and enjoy your day. You won't want to miss it. It's the natural next step in building a foundation of effortless mobility. Before we close, I need to reiterate a vital point. This protocol is a tool for empowerment, not a replacement for professional medical care. If your pain is severe, sudden, or accompanied by significant swelling, locking, or instability, please consult your doctor or a physical therapist. They can provide a personalized assessment and ensure there are no underlying issues that need specific attention. Think of this as complementary care, something you do alongside your regular health routine to support your body's innate wisdom. Your safety and well-being are always the top priority. So, where does this leave you today? With a clear, gentle, and proven path forward. You have the knowledge, you have the steps. All that's left is to begin. Start with that first seated knee glide. Feel the invitation to your joint to move with more ease. Activate that sleepy stabilizer muscle with kindness. Then take those few mindful steps, integrating the new feeling into your very next movement. This isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Every time you choose this gentle approach, You're voting for a version of yourself that moves with more freedom, more confidence, more joy. That version is already within you, waiting for the chance to emerge. I'll leave you with this thought. Your body has carried you through decades of life. It has celebrated birthdays, hugged loved ones, explored new places, and weathered storms. It deserves your compassion and your smart care. Knee pain after 60 isn't a sign that your body is failing you. It's often a sign that it's asking for a different kind of attention, an attention that is patient, informed, and deeply respectful. You have the power to provide that attention starting right now. The hinge isn't broken, it just needs the right kind of motion to remember its smooth, graceful swing. Thank you for spending this time with me, for trusting me with your health journey, for being part of a community that believes in thriving, not just surviving, at every age. I'm honored to walk this path with you. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and keep moving forward one mindful step at a time.